All right. It is time for another Friday night thrift trip. Why do I always go down the wrong lane? Oh. Let's, there we go. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Jason here. It is Friday night, and it's time for another thrift trip. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you know when I come out with new videos, and might as well go ahead and smash that thumbs up button because you know this video is probably going to be pretty good. So I'm about to head into the Goodwill, check things out, see if we can find some treasures. I think what I'm going to do on this one is definitely get you some in-store footage, and then when I get home, we'll do the junk in the trunk thrift haul where I pull out every item that I got. We'll go over why I bought it, how much I paid for it, and how much I think I'll make off of it. So we'll definitely include that in this one. And also, if you have any requests, drop them below in the comments. You know, I'm always curious to see what y'all want to see in the videos. So if there's something more specific you want to see, let me know. I know I got a few comments of where people really like to see how I source, how I put everything in the basket and then pull over to the side and go through it all and see what's valuable and what's not, put it back. So just let me know in the comments what you like to see. So I'm super excited. It's Friday night. Hopefully we'll be able to find some treasures. I think they're only going to be open for about another hour before they close, maybe a little less. So let's get in there and see what we can find. Okay, so I have to do a voiceover because my Goodwill has their music up extremely loud. I found this little cat thing right off the bat, but there was no maker on it. But stuff with cats on it can actually sell pretty well if you can find some sort of little maker. But unfortunately, there was none there. I do the same route in my thrift store, but unfortunately I turned the corner and there's several people there, so decided to turn the camera off for a second because people do look at you kind of weird. Here is the section that I always start out with. This has got lamps and stuff. This is a New York Yankees lamp, so I'm like, well, that might be worth something. They just had Derek Jeter retire not too long ago, so I throw it in the buggy so I can look it up later on. But this is where I always start out. I go down this aisle that has your coffee makers and lamps and all kind of miscellaneous electrical things, and it leads down into the electronics section. I like to look in the boxes to see if by any wild chance the item is brand new sealed in there, and if so, then I go ahead and look it up. Now I'm going back down to that section where there was a bunch of people, so I can kind of show you. We have these trays here. Sorry, my finger's over the camera there. We have these trays, these bins that you have to kind of dig through, that they put all kind of electrical and just wires and cables and all kind of things in here, and I found a bunch of really, really good stuff in these little bins before. So I definitely take my time, or well, it may not seem like I'm taking my time, but I definitely go through everything, look and make sure that there's nothing valuable. My finger on the lens is really bugging me right now. Hopefully I move that here in a second. Here's a little Disney clock. I've looked that up before. Here's the first score. We'll go over this at the end of the video. That right there ends up being a great find, although it's missing the top of it. Can somebody please tell me to remove my finger off the lens? So most of this stuff right here, again, is just miscellaneous type things. If I have a question about any of it, think any of it might be worth any value at all, throw it in the cart. Like here's a massager. Everybody knows, or if you don't know, these massagers can be worth some really good money, so I take that and throw that in the cart. This is I think that's a vacuum. I'm not real sure exactly what that was. I think I actually meant to come back and look that up, but I forgot. And I will tell you that when I came back a few days later, that was gone, so that might have been worth a little bit of something. Here is one of those massage type deals. Any type of home therapeutics that's massage, you want to look those up. I go and throw that one in the basket just so I can check it out. This one I already looked up. That's one that goes on the back of your office chair. So we'll just continue cruising down the aisle here. Like I said, I just grab anything and everything. Here's something else. This looks vintage. It's some sort of hair dryer, and it's by Conair, and it's older and it looks new inside. So even though it takes up 99% of my buggy, I go ahead and throw that in there. So I hope this gives you a really good idea of how I source. I mean, this is step by step how I do things. I don't stop and look too many things up until the very end once everything is in my buggy, and then I will take the time to look stuff up. So continuing to look through there's lamps that are worth good money, but I don't know. I have a hard time, deciding how I would ship a lamp. Nothing about it seems easy. So now we're starting to make it down into the electronics. Here's something else that I grabbed. This is an old electric coffee pot. They want $5.99 for that. So I'm like, well, that's vintage. I'll look that up. And here is where you'll find your radios and keyboards and alarm clocks. All that stuff can be worth some good money. There's a Logitech subwoofer. Unfortunately, that one wasn't really worth anything. But I hope this gives you a really good idea so far of the layout of my store. And I go the exact route every single time. Maybe I need to mix it up, but not this time. Okay, and here is a clock. This is I think that's in the shape of Texas. It was huge, but I thought it was kind of neat. I didn't look it up. Thought this might be worth some money, but then I saw it was $199, and I was like, what? It just didn't make any sense. Goodwills are starting to go up on their prices again now that they've moved some inventory. So right back here in this corner, sometimes you can find some hidden gems. I'll put some stuff back here that's a little bit bigger. So you always have to check that little area back there, but there was nothing today. Here's all the pictures. I do find pictures from time to time, but I try to sell those locally if I find them. All right, now we're going down the silverware aisle. This is where I found a couple of the silverwares up here. First, I check out this Minolta box. It was empty. This is where I found the silverware was right up here. Those were some good money. The past few times, I've now started looking for silverware and looking for manufacturers' names and trying to pick that up when I can find it. But I don't believe today I found anything. Most of that silverware was either extremely tarnished or just not any good. So, okay, so I've made it over to the coffee mug section and the glassware. Here's a Ruby Tuesday cup mug. I just don't think it's worth really any money. Here's a 3D looking mug. Any 3D type mugs I always like to look up. That one didn't have a maker on the bottom, so there's no way of really researching it. So then I come across this one that's got an astronaut and a spaceship on it. And I'm like, wait a minute, this might be worth a little bit of money. It was only 59 cents, had a 3D look, so I throw that in the buggy. And here are some Delta mugs. Probably should have looked those two up. Big airlines or big companies, sometimes their stuff does sell pretty well. But I'm very picky with mugs because they're a little bit of a pain to ship. And sometimes they do take a little while to sell. Here's some other stuff, Mitska, if I'm saying that right. A lot of this stuff is overpriced and really just not worth it. If it was brand new, maybe, but they want what, $30 for that. I mean, I don't think there's any money there to be made. So I'll leave that behind. And over here in the glass, in the plates and everything, I have found some pretty good stuff before. But again, with these type of items, unless you know exactly what you're looking for and you know what vintage stuff there is, there needs to be a name written on the bottom where you can look it up. That kind of gives you a little bit of direction. And if there's no name, that actually had somebody's personal name written on it. I guess it was handmade, I'm not sure. But if there's no name on it, there's no way to look it up. And I thought this looked pretty neat. You can tell the tag's already been torn there a little bit. So somebody has probably looked at the maker on this one. But I'd go ahead and tear the tag back and see if I can see a maker. But I can't remember if it was something common or there wasn't anything there. But yeah, this aisle, a lot of people skip this aisle or don't like to go down it or think there's no money. There's definitely a little bit of money on this aisle. Just, keep your eye out. Look for makers on the bottom of some of those dishes if you feel comfortable selling them. If you don't feel comfortable selling the glass stuff, then, by all means, don't move on to another aisle. There's plenty of stuff in a Goodwill to sell. So looks like we are going down. Oh, they brought out a new, these are the carts. This is what the carts look like when they bring them out. I thought this looked neat, so I grab it and throw that in the buggy. Again, this Goodwill here, they all know me. Plus, they don't mind you shopping off the cart. I know a lot of Goodwills will scream at you for doing that, but there's the guy right there. I actually talked to him for a minute. Super nice guy. Always lets me look on the carts and tells me about stuff. So, okay, now we're on the toy aisle, and sometimes you can find some board games here. They put most of the board games and games at the end of the aisle on the end cap now. But I kind of looked through all these toys. This one looked like it was brand new, but it's I think it's brand new open box. But they wanted too much for it. Let's see if I find the price here in a minute. Yeah, the price is here on the side. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's $9.99. I did look it up, but I couldn't find any comps. Couldn't find any solds, couldn't find anything on Amazon, so I just ended up leaving that behind. If I can't find any listings on eBay or Amazon, I typically will not pick something up. I want to see some solds, or at least I want to see a sales rank on Amazon in order to pick the item up. Okay, so we continue looking down the toy aisle, and toys is something that I want to try to get a little better in. I know some of these toys that you may not think is worth anything are, and I've got to learn a little more about toys. That's one area that I can improve in and probably make a whole lot more money. Over here on the bottom right here is where I found that bat that was worth $200. I looked down here and all they got is a bunch of horrible beat up bats, so no good bats today. I already took those about a week ago, so but that's where they keep them at. All right, I pulled over to the side. I got a buggy full. It's now time to go through it, see what's worth keeping and what I need to put back. All right, just leaving the Goodwill. Did pretty good again. Loaded up the buggy. Got some really nice stuff. So can y'all see the marks on my face from my mask? Yeah, so hold tight. I'm headed home. We'll do the junk in the trunk reveal. See y'all in a minute. All right, everybody, we're back at the house. Got a little different angle this time, trying to keep y'all out of the wind. So hopefully this angle will work out all right. The trunk is full of junk. Y'all ready to check it out? All right, where y'all want to start? We'll start here. This came out on a cart. This is Linux. If you ever find anything Linux, be sure and look it up. It looks like this stuff is new. I mean, y'all tell me, does that not look new to you? These are just glasses. They're like Christmas glasses. On the bottom is where it tells you what they are. These are Eternal Tree Highball glasses. On eBay, somebody has a set for sale right now for $39.99 plus shipping. I paid $5.99. All right, these personal massagers, be sure to always look them up, especially the bigger ones like this. This is, usually they'll have a model number right here. This is a Homedics PA-1. This one's in pretty good shape. Paid $4.99 for it. I think anywhere between $30 and $50 for this. Y'all ready to go do some fishing?
He's got it. He's got it. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my.
This, I think, is a vintage one. I paid $5.99 for it. The packaging has yellowed. There's some more information about it. I couldn't really find it. All the ones that I could find were used, and they wanted $25 just for the reel. This one's got the graphite rod, the reel. I don't think I can go wrong with this. With summer around the corner, fishing, season I think really is right now. So paid $6. I don't know, maybe get 40 out of this, maybe a little more. We'll have to do a little more research. This one will be kind of quick. Paid $2.99 each for these. These are simply just, this is a kid's turtle float, and this is a kid's splash pad. I'm going to lot them both together. Again, summertime is here. Kids will be outside wanting to play in the water and stuff. I think together I can get around 30 to 40, probably closer to 40 for both of these bundled together. All right, here might be my favorite find today. Look at this. Is this not cool? I did have to pay $10 for it. This is a duck phone. It's made by, looks like Mallard. If you look on the bottom, well, it says Mallard. If you look on the bottom, it says what does that say? Telemedia. The model is the Quacker phone. These things sell for like $50 to $60. So when you see stuff unique like this, be sure to pick it up. It's just plastic. All right, if you saw this in a thrift store, you might walk by it. Back in the day, I would too, until I found out about these. These are wax burners. This is a fire department one. I've actually found this one before at the same thrift store, Goodwill, that I found this at today. Your model numbers are always on the bottom. I only paid $3 for this. The problem with this one is it's missing the top. If it had the top, this would be worth $75 or more. These things are highly desirable Scentsy stuff. They only make it for a certain amount of time and then they discontinue it. So if you find any of these warmers, look on the bottom, see if they're Scentsy. If they are, look them up. More than likely it was a short run, probably worth some money. This is one of the rarer ones that I've ever found. And again, this is the second time I found it, but I need the top, so I don't really know what I can get for it without the top. All right, home phones, cordless phones. I try not to buy these. They get returned a lot. People complain about the battery life on them, but I decided to go ahead and take a chance on this one. There's your model number. These are the Panasonics. All of them are in here. It's not new. They're all in here. They're all in phenomenal condition. I paid $4 for it. Each individual handset, you can break these apart and sell these for 20 a piece. And I think the one with the base sells for more around 30, 35. So I'll charge them up, see how long they hold a charge. But I mean, this $3.99 investment could turn into, you know, $80, $90. So that's why I took a chance on this one. All right, guys, inline skates. If you're passing over your inline skates like I used to at your thrift stores, you're leaving a lot of money behind. These things are not in the best condition, but when I looked up this company Mission, and you do want to look at the wheels and make sure that the wheels, you know, look pretty good. These look pretty good on these. I paid $3.99 for these. I got to do a little more research, but Mission used inline skates 40, 50, all the way up to over 100. So I don't know what category these fall in. They do need to be cleaned up a little bit, but for $4, gonna make some good money. All right, this could be possibly the find of the day, believe it or not. Would you pick something up like this in your thrift store? Or would you possibly walk by it? I almost walked by it, and then I saw that it was still sealed, and looking at this, I'm like, oh, that's vintage. This is an electric coffee maker, brand new, still in the box. One of these used sold for, I think, around $25, $30. So I should be able to at least get double that for brand new in the box. So don't pass over your vintage stuff. All right, these are pretty cool. Can't remember exactly what you call that design. It'll come to me probably as soon as I turn the camera off. But these are Roper shoes. I paid $5 for them, and these are slip-on loafer style. With this design and material, thinking I can get 30 to 40 for these. So more to come on those. All right, I'm not gonna, I'll just tell you the price on a lot of these. I bought a bunch of ink, as you probably saw in the video. I opened some of them up to make sure that they were new sealed, and they are. All of them were $1.99 each. These bigger boxes like this, I can get 20 to 25 each out of. And I got, let's see, 1, 2, looks like that. I got 2 of those. And then I got 3 of these smaller boxes. These smaller boxes I can get, I believe it is about 12 out of. But I got 3 different ones, and it looks like they're all the same model. So we got 3 of those. May just bundle those 3 together and give somebody a discount. That'll be the best way to sell those. So remember, on your ink, you want to look up the ones that is a major manufacturer, like Brother, Epson, and some of your major manufacturers. Your off-brand ink tends not to be worth anything. This I just thought was pretty neat. I may not make a lot of money on this one. This is a National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. This is like a 3D mug, and I just thought it was really neat. There's a lot of space and airplane type people out there. There's a space shuttle right there. So I picked this up, kind of a heavy mug. It was only 59 cents. I don't know, maybe I'll ask, 20 bucks for it and see what happens. So whenever you see 3D type ones, and if they've got a good image on them, like space shuttles and astronauts, they'll usually sell. I've started looking at like quilts and blankets and things like that, trying to find some of those vintage throws. And I know San Marcos is the one that you really need to look out for. They sell for over $100. I have not found one yet. This is a Chicago Bulls blanket. Yeah, so you can probably imagine why I picked this one up. Right now, The Last Dance with Michael Jordan's on. This was $5.99. Not sure it's even ever been used, but it probably has. It's got a few pulls in it. But I think I can get 20 to 30 for this, probably closer to 30. So trying out blankets, that's a new area of reselling for me, so we'll see how it goes. Check this out. This is a Seiko Westminster clock. It has a speaker. I think that's a speaker right there. Yeah, I gotta do more research on this one. I gotta test it out and see if it works, but I know this is kind of big, but I have done really, really well with some good name brand clocks. And this one has Seiko and Westminster going for it. It also, I believe, plays music. So if it works, There's people that's got these listed anywhere from $100 to $165, so we'll just have to see on that one. All right, it is Sunday, May the 17th, and I just got back from the Goodwill. Figure I'll throw this little haul in there for y'all. I picked up these sandals right here. They're almost like workout sandals, I guess. I don't know. They got kind of a weird shape to them. I never heard of this brand before, Chungshi. And I paid $5.99, and comps on these show 40 or more for used. So might want to keep your eye out for those. Also picked up this brand new sealed DVD television classic bloopers. Paid $3.49 for it. Looks like I can get about 20 bucks. I like picking up DVDs because, especially when they're new, it's just a picture of the front and back and you're done. Picked up 2 suits. Not real sure how excited I am about these because there's a lot of measurements, but I really couldn't turn them down. And I think they're both the exact same size, so I might just list both of them together. Both of them were $15, but both of them are Brooks Brothers. That's the logo you really want to look for. This is a really nice brown color. I don't know how well it's coming through on the camera. And then I got this one. This is a navy blue, solid color. So I might actually light both of them together and see if I can see what I can get from them that way. But either way, I should be able to get 50 and up for each one, or maybe light them both together for 99. Paid 15 each. So yeah, so we'll see how those will do. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. Appreciate y'all watching. I hope y'all enjoyed all the stuff that I got today from the Goodwill. The Goodwill has been super good to me since they've been reopening. Hope y'all are having a lot of success out there. You're being safe, and appreciate, again, y'all watching my videos. If you will, go and smash that thumbs up button to let me know you're enjoying the content. Good luck out there reselling, and I'll see you in the next video.